welcome to episode 776 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. Full house of hosts today to discuss a smattering of trends in the cup of coffee in the big time, something in the water in New Mexico, some new Blackfaces that dropped, and a trip to Singapore.
That's
hell yeah.
correct.
You know what this is? This is the eve to slots / what the fuck Wednesday 777.
Oh, right. Yeah. Tomorrow's episode is 777.
Get your singles ready to go buy lottery tickets.
Might be playing a few slots online.
Yeah. Tomorrow's a big time energy day.
Yeah. A few reels and wheels.
No. You guys don't even know. We'll get to it in the cup of coffee. It's even a bigger energy day than just 777. So yeah, it's definitely, this is the eve. It's Hard Factor Eve today.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other, tidbits?
Count me out of $400 tomorrow.
Yeah. My balls are tingling.
Because you're going to play so much lottery? Is that what?
Because I'm going to play so many slots online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to do online. I think that's your
heavily.
lucky day, online slots.
Yeah.
He's gonna go 7 bar star no dollars.
That's right.
777.
How many scratch offs in the scratch off app are you gonna play on 777 day?
I'll go buy a few weekly grands. I got a few sitting around. I got to cash in.
There's a scratch off called like Lucky Sevens.
That's what I'm saying.
There are.
Yeah.
I think that's a better use of your funds.
Those are like
lucky
$10
sevens.
though. Yeah. We'll see.
If ever there was a day to get them.
Right.
There was a day.
Got to pay to play.
Give me an excuse, okay?
All right. I had nothing else for you guys. Just want to do the news.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do the news. Cup of coffee in the big time is up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. But first, a fun fact. Infants, humans, are born with approximately 300 bones. But as they grow, some of these bones fuse together. And by the time humans reach adulthood, they only have 206 bones.
As you know, right when you
Whoa.
said that, I was about to say that's too many bones. I think you got that fact wrong. Well, that's too many bones.
It is.
No,
Baby has too
no
many.
bones about it. It's too many bones.
Yep. Way too many bones. In fact, you reduce it by about 94, just getting boned up your whole early life.
I wonder if you can feel it, like a bone absorbing another bone, like fusing.
Man, they
Too late
say
now, Wes.
bone. No, you're probably still still calcifying. Bones are getting harder all
Wes
the
is
time.
looking at his hand. You got 204 now, buddy. 206.
Just think about it.
Bones are another fun fact. I was going to save it for later, but I can't resist it. Bones, pound for pound, stronger than steel.
What?
Wow. Really?
I know one that is.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey.
What are you talking about, man? You can break that bone all day. It sends people to the hospital.
Oh, I
Bump
wasn't
into something
talking
weird.
I wasn't talking about my dick. I was talking about my skull.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sure you were.
Sure. I was talking about my dick.
Yeah,
That was one of
That's
the
what
best.
I call my
I call my dick the skull.
That was one of the best.
Double swoop.
Remember in sex ed class where you can like ask anonymous questions?
Oh yeah.
And one of the funniest ones was the teacher had to read was if the dick isn't a muscle, how come you can flex it?
yeah, that's a great one.
That's a great one.
And then they're
My
always
favorite-
like, it's like cartilage or what? What is the? It's like a
No one
sponge
knows.
that fills up with blood. Yeah.
Wasn't paying attention. My favorite was how do you know that you're not going to pee in a lady during sex? And then they had to explain the
Who
vast
asked that
difference.
one?
That's
I don't know. It's
awesome.
anonymous.
Anonymous, yeah.
That's
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, they're all anonymous. I wrote one that
That
just
guy's
said,
just pissing through his boners all the time.
Well, imagine
Yeah.
the stress.
yeah.
he's just
Imagine the
Well,
anxiety.
you don't want to get embarrassed. Yeah,
rock
that'd be
hard
embarrassing.
boners. He's just forcing himself to pee into the toilet.
That woman
It's
wouldn't want to
possible.
have sex with you again, probably.
Yeah, your first time ever having sex, you're just stressed out because you think, oh man, what if I rip a pee in her?
It's a great question.
You've never been hunched over a toilet with a boner trying to pee?
Of course, but I mean, it takes some effort. You'd think.
It's a different valve. But I just wrote I'm Harry, and the teacher had to read I'm Harry out loud.
Oh, because they had to.
Yeah, that got a good laugh.
Sex ed's great. So are fun facts about the human body. More of those to come. Found a great website for those. Moving right along, September 21st.
Save it right next to Napoleon facts in your bookmarks.
It's right up there. It's not quite as high yet, but it's up there. September 21st, holidays. It's Escapeology Day. Escapeology. So that's pretty cool. International Day of Peace. So peaceful day. Mini Golf Day. World Alzheimer's Day. And World Gratitude Day. So
Hell yeah.
Grateful for you guys and for the show.
Escapeology, that's got to be
Yes.
something like a made-up term for someone that designs escape rooms, right? Probably.
That's my first thought too, Pat. Yes.
or like a escape artist. I don't know.
Harry
It's pretty
Houdini.
cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool science.
It's a
Also,
small
may
community.
peace be with you on International Peace Day. May everybody have a peaceful day.
Yeah,
May
talk
peace be with
about
golf.
May peace be with you.
Peace be with you and also with you.
Talk about anxiety, like peeing in a girl. I had that same anxiety when I had to shake everyone's hand during mass, and it was about to be the peace be with you time, and you just looking around, and like you're gonna have to at like whose hand.
Oh,
you have
it
to
like
shake.
the like shake, say hi to your neighbor. They do that. In
Peace be with you.
Protestant too.
Peace
They
be
just
with
don't
you.
do- just say
That was
the
my
words.
favorite part, and I would get mad if someone didn't turn around and shake my hand.
Oh,
You
bro,
love
I
that
would
part?
Yeah, the peace be with you part. That's the best part of mass.
shaking old dudes and old ladies' hands when you're I'm
Thought
sorry.
the end of mass was the best part of mass.
Yeah, leaving, going to your car for
Staying
sure.
home sick from mass was the best part of mass.
The worst part of mass is when you have to.
I like
sit
singing, so I was big into the songs. That was my
You have to
favorite
sit
part.
down while everyone gets the Jesus thing shoved in your mouth because you weren't baptized, and you're like, "Why do you take me here, Mom
Body
and Dad,
of-
if I can't get the fucking communion?"
Christ, body of Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That
you're
was-
not supposed to eat it, right? If you're not like Catholic, that's like
yeah. I've always thought about doing it, but I never did it. I was just gonna go up there and do it because they don't know.
I've been with people at churches who take it who aren't Catholic.
Well,
I just
if you're
sat
hungry,
there.
I think it's reasonable if you're famished.
Yeah, you got to try it. You got to lie at
should-
least once to try that thing.
I should have tried it. I never have, but I should have.
Doesn't taste like
Actually,
much.
maybe when I was a little kid, I did at a mass, but I can't remember.
Father Brian's probably got 7,000 of them. He could just send us a few.
But he's gotta
We should
bless
just
them
do
first.
we should just do a communion with Father Brian. one
Yeah.
day. That would be nice. Well, but we can't break the rules of the church. Okay, we'll have to talk.
I'm in. I can get it. I'm not in good standing with the church, but I got 5 of my sacraments. So
You got a wafer connection?
You got a
wafer guy?
connection?
yeah. These here are blessed by Satan.
Oh no, I don't want those.
Yeah. No, I'd take Father Brian's though. But yeah. Today in history, September 21st. Most notably, on this day in history in 1823, Joseph Smith's vision of Moroni came. According to the teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Moroni was an angel. Moroni?
Wait a minute.
Or a resurrected being who appeared to Joseph Smith on this day in 1823 and instructed him to restore God's church on earth, the start of the Mormon religion.
His name is Moron I.
Yeah. Got to be the etymology of moron, right? It has to
Yes. Yes. And then as I at the end, it's very cheeky. They're saying you're a moron for believing it.
be. Not a well-liked prophet in the...
It is one letter off from moronic.
Yeah.
Yes, that is that. Okay, this day in history, September 21st. Also, it's September 21st in 1931. The Bank of England dropped the gold standard. I know people are real mad about the gold standard. It's a 1971 thing in America. Whatever, gold standard in England went away 1931.
Well, I
September
think
21st.
FDR killed the gold standard.
When was it? I don't understand.
It was during the FDR presidency, which is a 12-year presidency. Long period
So
of
what
time.
was it with 1971? Other people say
don't know.
1971. Something. Yeah, whatever. In 1937, The Hobbit was published on September 21st. Big moment. In 1950, Bill Murray was born on September 21st, and the world got a lot funnier. And in 2001, the stock market posted the biggest gain since the Great Depression, right after 9/11.
Pretty cool day.
Yeah, lots of big history. Moving on to the trending news. Honorable mentions up first. iOS 15 came out on Monday, so if you want to be a tester for something that's probably still got a lot of bugs, go ahead and download that on your phone.
I thought we just had to do 14.8 because everyone was getting their dicks hacked off.
Right, maybe they pushed 15 up because of the dick hacking as well. I don't know.
Then the iPhone 13 coming out.
Yeah, what does it have? Like a slightly better camera?
Better camera, longer battery life.
You know it every time.
Slightly better battery life, slightly better
Gets
camera.
you every time.
I'm getting it.
You better believe I already have that new MacBook Pro dialed up. I already got the Pro on pre-order, bro.
I'm rocking these two I got till they fall apart. Then I'll get the new ones then.
You gonna have extra RAM on that Pro?
Bro, my RAM is through the roof. If I get lucky and I don't have to trade this one in, I'll let you guys know because this one's pretty sick. But I've been trading them in. I've been leasing my computers essentially.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
that guy.
You're doing like the phone plan with computers.
I'm that guy. Yeah,
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Says I'm not supposed to jerk off on them, but
Yeah.
between you, me, and the wall and the socks,
So, Pat, are you always on the latest OS on both machines? Just constantly.
iOS
updated?
pretty hard. I have a couple alerts set to make sure that I'm on the top OS. Yeah,
Make sure. Okay, good. Yeah.
it's part of the lease agreement.
Other honorable mentions. Pfizer dropped the early test results suggesting that a lower dose of the COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective for 5 to 11-year-olds. They dropped that on Monday. The FDA has yet to weigh in on that, though. So we'll see what happens there as far as approval goes. And also, the last honorable mention, the southern border is still being completely overrun with Haitian migrants. At least 12,000 under the bridge. I know I'd said 14,000, but it's 12,000 officially. I guess that number it changes from publication to publication, but it's just growing all the time. I'm going to play a video for you guys. We can talk over it while it plays. But this is the scene at Del Rio where it's basically just that bridge, and more Haitian migrants just continue to appear constantly.
Yeah, it's a ton.
Yeah, just a shitload of people. And
It looks like
more,
the extras holding for the worst movie of all time is what it looks like.
it does.
Like a
That's a apocalypse film.
yeah, like an
probably.
apocalypse movie. You need
Yeah.
tons of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
They keep all the extras in like usually one. They call it the pen. Looks like
Right.
a really bad extra pen.
Do all I bet they
Right,
get
it's like
better
where
treatment.
Thanos is attacking something.
I bet they get better craft service treatment though at the.
You
movies.
think no, bro? You don't get shit. They'll throw fucking like
So it's very similar.
snack packs at you.
Mark,
Yeah, exactly.
Mark, I think you might be onto something actually, because all those people building up at the borders leading to situations like this that have people going nuts. That's a Border Patrol agent. A picture that went very viral. He's grabbing a Haitian migrant's shirt. This guy, it looks like he's got food in his hands, and he's with somebody else who has other stuff in his hands. But people were saying that the Border Patrol was whipping all of the migrants coming over the border. People were very upset. What do you guys think? What's your initial reaction to that picture? You think?
Looks old timey.
Not
He's on
the,
a
so
horse and everything.
whipping a Haitian on a horse is not the a white guy whipping a Haitian on a horse is not the imagery you want to see.
Unless
I
you're
can't
watching
tell if
Roots
he's whipping
and you're
him or
learning
not, but-
something from it. You still
Yeah.
don't want to see it.
I watched tons of videos. I couldn't really find like the hardcore whipping that these reporters were talking about. I watched like all the videos.
What
I
are
could
they
find.
even doing? Not whipping them, just riding around, rounding them
Well,
up. What are they doing?
They're just those people are crossing back over to Mexico to buy food and water to go back under the bridge. And so, maybe instead of complaining about like the whipping or whether they're whipping or not, maybe don't let tens of thousands of people build up that you intend on flying away anyway, who have like nowhere to feed themselves besides illegally crossing the border over and over again in front of Border Patrol agents.
Why do
So-
they have whips? Is the bigger
They
question.
don't. They have. Those are just the horses' reins. They don't
Okay.
have whips. The whip thing is just misreporting. They said.
But if-
they said they were whipping them.
That would
they
be a
have
very
reins
inefficient-
on the horse.
Weapon.
Terrible. Really, really bad call.
The romantics.
Right. Yeah. Like, oh, well, our forefathers had whips out here. So,
Yeah, people at first were like,
it's a
how do
ceremonial
these
whip."
guys have whips? It's insane. It's like nobody has whips. It's a piece of the reins that the horse has.
Do they even make whips anymore?
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Probably
they do,
not.
but
Not
they're
a lot
not
of
using
whip
whips
makers.
down there.
You want a nice whip, you can find a nice whip.
No, I mean, whips originally were not supposed to be used on humans ever. Yes, they still make whips for cattle and farming.
Well, right.
And
right.
dominatrix.
Ranching, but to the credit of the people who thought it was whip, that guy does look like the type of guy that would be rocking a whip. The rest of his outfit says whip.
It's because he's got the chaps on, right?
Mhm,
That's
the
that
chaps
throws
is big.
people off. It's the chaps, and they just assume you have a whip. Yeah. Well, I think that the White House
He's
could
got
probably.
the Indiana Jones hat, right? What do you
And
think?
They wear cowboy hats. It's part of the uniform.
It's the Indiana Jones hat.
This is a big day for horse.
Yeah.
This is a big day for those guys that ride horses. This is the day they prove that their horse, that like them riding the horse is better than your stupid ATV or your stupid, motorbike. This is a job that only horses can
Well,
do.
it's
You
true.
see what I'm
they're
doing out
they're
here?
stopping people in the middle, like of rivers.
I don't know.
and
Put
stuff.
that picture back up. I don't think the horse is doing it at all. He's going to get out of that maneuver. 100% chance that guy ducks through that maneuver.
I think they're just trying to like funnel them back towards Mexico. Basically, they're
Yeah.
crossing in a place they're not supposed to cross, trying to get back under the bridge.
So, Will, I'm looking at the map. Haiti's pretty far from Mexico. Are they getting
not-
over there by
My
getting over there by
understanding
boat?
is that these are people who were displaced by
Right.
the earthquake, or they fled from an
They were
assassinated
already
president.
in South America,
And so
right?
they went over
They
to
came
Central
up-
or South America,
up north.
walk
Yeah.
up to
Okay.
the border.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so I would think the White House could send some food and water down, since the only way that these 12,000 plus Haitians can get food or water is to illegally cross the border and then try to come back, which causes scenes like that. But instead, they've just decided to say that whipping is not acceptable or appropriate. No other comment so far. So
It's true. It's not acceptable.
great, but send some fucking food and water, like
We'll whip it on over.
help the situation. Don't just say it's unacceptable.
My horse can stop on a dime. Can your ATV do that? Can it switch directions like this?
No, it can't, Wes. The horse guys.
They can't do it.
Yep.
The horse
It's
guy's
too high-
right
it's-
again.
It's too high in the air. Once he's got him by the shirt, he can't. He's like, now stay while I get down.
My
I'm
horse
the
is bouncing. Yeah. Yeah. Big
All
day.
right. Yeah, the border. I mean, I tried to keep it as a mention. Obviously, we talked about it for a little bit. It just keeps coming up. It's a big issue. Keeps trending.
I
Hopefully
hope
it
everyone gets
calms
fucking
down.
water. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Hopefully
need to stay
hopefully the
hydrated.
Haitians
Yeah.
can eat. Who knows what they're going to do? I think they're planning to fly them all back to Haiti as of now. Let's move on. Number 3, R.I.P. Rest in peace to actor A.J. Johnson. You guys probably know him as Ezel from Friday.
Right. Yes.
Smokey, you taking a shit? That guy.
Yeah.
He passed away at 55 last Friday. No cause of death has been released. AJ was also in a few other classics like Menace to Society, The Players Club, and House Party. So
I read that he,
R.I.P.
Dr. Dre, which is it's shown, I believe, in the NWA movie, which is great. When Eazy-E and the rest of NWA had a falling out, Dr. Dre released a diss track about Eazy-E, and he hired that guy AJ to play a fake Eazy-E with the perm, and then Eazy-E liked him so much that he did his diss track back to Dr. Dre and hired him in his music video. So he was like the star of both diss tracks between
That's
Dr. Dre and
awesome.
Eazy-E in 1993.
That's awesome. What a beast. Well, rest in peace. Rest in peace to AJ Johnson. Number 2, fellas. Monday Night Football is happening while we record between the Lions at the Packers. So you're not a fan of either team, Mark?
I mean, well, the Packers hopefully can turn it around, but the Lions Packers.
Yeah, based on week 1, not the best matchup. I know that Pat and I are riding over plus Lions with the points because it's a big spread, big old spread.
So what you're doing over, was it 49 you guys got?
49.5.
And you took Lions and points.
With points, I mean, it's 11.5. It's a big spread for the NFL. But
Dirty
we're
dogs.
not as ballsy as this guy. Ben Fox tweets, one MGM Bettor has $25 on a 16-leg NFL money line parlay that could win over $750 $26,000 tonight, Monday night, when the Lions and the Packers are playing. He just needs the Lions to win, and again, it's money line. So this guy, I mean, we're betting with this guy, even if they don't win, we're hoping that he gets close. This guy picked, and he had it 16 all games of the week picked correctly, money line. So he just needs the Lions. He's picked every other game correctly besides.
How do you can't watch
Monday
that
night.
game?
It's going on right now while we tape. So.
I know.
So some apps let you like cash out. I don't think MGM does, but he could hedge here if he took out like a lot of money and put it
huge
on,
loan and put it on the
put on the
Packers, right?
Packers money line. You know, obviously, like I think they were negative.
You think a bank would turn that around quick enough?
I mean, if he could just scrounge up like 150K.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just a
think-
quick 150.
I mean, you're getting the money back.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to get the money back and then some. Because otherwise, I don't know what you do if you don't hedge that bet.
What an
You gotta
incredible
hedge.
bet, though. What an incredible bet. 25 to win $726,000.
I hope the Lions won.
I would do anything to have watched that guy watch the game.
Sweating. He's just sweating profusely.
And his wife. I would like to watch his wife as well.
Yeah, because it's make or break for the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Oh, it's like a blowjob to almost a divorce is what it is. It's like,
Well, it's a $25 bet.
I know, but
Yeah, but he's gonna be a fucking pill for the rest of his life.
Yeah, exactly.
The Lions don't win.
Yeah.
And it's quite a turn of events depending on the outcome.
That's great. I love that parlay. All right, and number one, the cream of the crop today.
The cream of the crop!
It's the Halloween Kills trailer. It's out. You guys know the Halloween movie series? Check it out. There's Michael Myers. He's back, emerging from a burning house 40 years later to drop on the silver screen on October 15th. And of course, it includes the original cast with Jamie Lee Curtis, everybody else, and Michael Myers trying to kill everybody that he can get his big meaty hands on.
We're gonna get to see some Jamie Lee Curtis tits in this one.
She's up
It's
there,
like 70.
but so I doubt it. But
Just
Trading
like
Places.
you know.
Just go watch Trading Places.
That was a
that's
great
where it
scene.
is.
Watch
That's a great scene.
1981's Trading Places.
Didn't she get naked in Halloween too?
No, she didn't. That's oh my god. Have you
she
ever
was
seen
young
Halloween, bro?
for
Have you
that.
ever seen Halloween?
That was the 70s.
You ever seen
Yeah,
Scream?
I've
She
seen
was
a
like-
couple. I've
she
seen
was
Scream.
pretty
Yeah,
young.
I know she's Halloween.
Do you remember Jamie Kennedy's explanation of why Laurie Myers lives in Halloween?
She's not
Oh yeah, okay.
Hoochie.
right.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I'd still like to see him. So whatever.
Well, then go watch
She's
Trading
a
Places.
virgin.
Well, she's not anymore in the series, guys.
Trading
And so
Places, okay.
far in the Halloween series,
Trading Places.
you haven't
okay.
seen that, Wes?
No, I don't think
You're
so.
the most
You haven't
Trading
seen
Places
her-
guy
Wait.
I've ever met, and you've
You haven't
never
seen
seen
her
Trading
boobs.
Places.
I know. I don't think I've seen the boobs.
You've seen it.
Wow.
Maybe I have. I don't know.
It's a classic.
I know what it is.
And he's talking about
I
the rack, not the movie. The movie's good too.
Yeah,
both.
yeah. No, I know. Well, I know what I'm doing tonight. So if I haven't, I know what I'm doing tonight after we get done with the show.
Goodness. Well,
Oh, man.
like Wes, if you haven't seen Trading Places, go watch it. It's a great movie.
Do it nice and slow.
It's everywhere. Jamie Lee Curtis, guys, we'll see. She's not a virgin anymore because she's old, like Mark said in this series. So we'll see if she can survive Michael Myers one more time. So far in the movie series, Michael Myers, native of Haddonfield, Illinois, fake town, has racked up 58 kills with 100. That's in the series, the movie series itself, and 121 total kills overall when you combine all of his other films. So I'm just excited. It's finally sweater weather. Halloween movies are dropping.
Did Rob Zombie do this one, or did they kick him to the curb?
No,
I don't know who the director
David Gordon
is.
Green did it.
Okay, is that something to be hype about, Pat? Or is that
Yeah, I
good,
mean,
or-
for the last one, it definitely was. So essentially, what happened, and like, look, I have a personal thing going on with this movie because it's the reason, more or less, that we decided to make a new Chainsaw feature film. Right, was because of the success of the last Halloween in theaters, but then the pandemic fucked everything else up, and Halloween 2 Kills called their shot like 18 months ago in terms of their release date in October. Anyway, long story short, yes, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride wrote the script for the first iteration of this reboot, and it's pretty good. It was well done. David Gordon Green is back on to direct. It was just announced that he's doing the new Hellraiser series, television series, so that's cool. Nice. You guys know David Gordon Green from Pineapple Express, Your Highness, and a bunch of other indie movies. But yeah, no, I mean, look, it played at Venice, which is really weird for a movie like this, because Venice is like the premier film festival. It's even more prestigious than Cannes. Wow. But a lot of people say it's just a lot more gore. I've heard mixed things about it. The new Chainsaw is going to be way better, so I can tell you that.
There you go.
Of course,
So,
of course, of course. But
Save your money until the new Chainsaw.
Well, the new Chainsaw is coming out exclusively on Netflix.
Save
in
your
the
money
new
to
year.
get or to re-up your subscription on Netflix.
yeah,
There you
I
go.
mean, but for now, I'm excited. It's sweater weather. We have at least this horror movie you could opt to watch. I mean, of course, Chainsaw will be better eventually. But guys, tomorrow, like we were saying, 777 day, it's got a lot of energy because it's also officially the fall equinox.
Oh, my.
September 22nd. So it's not only
God.
777 day, it's also falls on the fall equinox. Think about that, Wes.
Now I got to pick up all the fall theme scratchers too.
You want to go pick up some scratchers together, Mark? And,
Yes, I'd love to.
All right.
Pumpkin spice
Come get me.
scratcher.
Yeah. Well,
I'll shower. I'll get all cleaned
we'll
up.
do lunch and
Come
some
get me.
scratchers.
Yeah.
I bet there's one
It's
where
going to be a good day.
it's like a little leaf that you scratch off to reveal your winning number. That'd be really cool, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like a leaf, fallen leaf from a tree, but it's a fortune into your lap.
If we could file down a strong enough leaf stem, we could use it to scratch the scratchers.
I wouldn't waste your afternoon.
And that's today's cup of coffee in the big time, which was brought to you by Raycon wireless earbuds. The more I get out of my house these days after the long night of COVID lockdowns, the more I find myself wanting to bring my music with me. You can't always control the vibes out in the streets, but you can always control the vibes in your head with a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears. I'm rocking my Raycons on every single walk I go on, whether it's around the block or in the park. I've got them in, and I almost never have to charge them because they offer 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life. That's a long time. These things keep a charge. Whether you use them to pump up, wind down, work, or work out, Raycons are the go-to for any audio needs. They've got the perfect fit for every ear with a ton of sizes in the box. Lots of listening mode options for podcasts, music, and situations where you need to stay aware. Raycons start at half the price of other premium audio brands, but they sound just as good. And Raycons come with a 45-day happiness guarantee. And right now, Hard Factor listeners can get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/hardfactor. That's buyraycon.com/hardfactor to save 15% on Raycon's wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/hardfactor.
All right. Okay. Confession. I looked up the Trading Places scene. I remember it now. I must have been. I watched it very drunk.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
It's a classic, right?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only place you can see those.
Couple Clydesdales.
Yeah, unless your name's Christopher Guest. Otherwise, you're not getting access.
Okay. Oh, all right.
I
Let's
don't, I
move.
don't get that reference. Did they?
Oh, it's
The
Christopher
movie-
Guest is married to Jamie Lee Curtis. Bam!
I was
Pop
guessing.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
guessing.
figured they were
that.
divorced or something.
Well, they were once married,
Yeah.
no doubt. And I don't know. He probably saw her tits.
What? He
Yeah.
lose his mind?
Well, she was an addict for a while. What's up next?
Okay. All right.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
Christopher Guest lost his mind, I guess.
yeah. Christopher, guess where your mind is.
All right, guys, it is time for the TikTok International. We're going to go to England, and then we're going to go to Singapore. I don't know if we've been to Singapore before, so we'll see what's going on there. First, let's go to England, where a new homeowner made a very disturbing discovery in the house he had just purchased. Jonathan Lewis purchased his home in Surrey, southeast England, and like many new homeowners do, he was starting on some renovations, one of which included knocking down some walls the old tenants had put up to fill in the void space underneath the stairs. But what he discovered in there has many people saying he should just leave the house immediately, because what he found was actually a homicidal doll named Emily, who had written a note for Jonathan. Okay.
Wow.
You believe this? Yeah. Crazy. Here's what he found. Here's the plaster. And inside of this wall,
it's a doll inside the drywall.
is a doll, and in the drywall there's Emily the doll, and she's got a little note in her arms, and Jonathan's claiming that she didn't like the previous owners and had stabbed him to death with a knife, which is incredible if it's true.
Staged.
Yeah, it might be. But here's the note that Emily left behind. I'm just going to read it for you. It says, "Thank you, dear reader / new homeowner. Thank you for freeing me. My name is Emily. My original owners lived in this house in 1961. I didn't like them, so they had to go. All they did was sing and be merry. It was sickening. Stabbing was my choice of death for them. So I hope you have knives. Hope you sleep well." So, not a very nice note.
Pretty good handwriting, though.
She's got great handwriting for a doll.
Yeah.
Really
Did
nice
they get
penmanship.
Did they get that dated? The carbon dating on that paper there?
Well, Will, you're a smart guy. And just like Jonathan, luckily he's not a moron either, and quickly realized that the paper was not aged enough to be from 1961, and also that dolls can't come to life and write notes or stab people. So he was...
Couldn't it have been from a serial killer that, just like uses the doll?
Listen, it's off-putting. It's certainly off-putting to find,
Yeah.
no matter what you believe. It's not.
Yeah, but I'm saying this guy didn't find it.
He found it.
Break
I
on
mean, did he?
on
Yeah, he-
TikTok.
Huh?
Was this mainly on TikTok? Is that where he posted this?
I don't know. Charles sent it to us. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
because I mean, this has been a thing over the last 6 or 8 months, right? Specifically
you
during
just
the
staged
pandemic,
something like this.
when people were at home, they were like renovating their homes. There was the one of like the
all
girl
fake.
who, found like a secret room, and then the one of the guy
yes.
who found a two-way mirror,
You
right?
think this is fake, Will?
Yeah,
it's fake.
Someone living upstairs.
for
well,
sure.
if it's not
You
fake,
sure about that?
if it's not fake, it's even more alarming that
I mean,
the papers knew, because it was done by someone recently.
Yes.
Right. I'm just saying he busted a hole in his drywall and put the doll in there with the note. He planned this all out.
Oh, you
Did it
think
for the
that's-
gram.
I'm not saying like no way the doll killed people. Yeah, of course. What I'm saying is it's
it's
totally
fake, Will?
You think
fabricated.
it's fake, Will?
You think it's fake, Will? Do you think it was just like demo day? Because there's no way he would do that for for TikTok.
Oh, he
unless-
He
It was
would,
demo
Mark.
day.
He would.
Absolutely.
Mark.
Yeah, he was renovating.
he was
I would-
renovating.
Do that for the talk, bro. I mean, like, think about like what does it cost for new drywall?
A whole
Like,
pat. You don't even have to do
much.
new drywall. You could just patch that hole.
But I mean,
$300 spend.
it's so much time. It's more like, oh, you're gonna get a couple 100,000
This
views
guy's
or
got
whatever.
nothing but time on his hands. He
guess
wants to
so.
go viral.
Yeah.
if he wanted to figure this out, I came across this site the other day called diedinhouse.com, and it will.
How'd you come across diedinhouse.com, Pat?
I was doing a little research to figure out if someone had died in a specific house, and
Yeah.
found diedinhouse.com.
Are you looking at homes?
No, because it's like $13, but I did run it, and it worked.
Homes to avoid.
It came back, except the house that I did search, it came back, it said there was a fire in the house. Turns out someone did die in the house, but it didn't list it in diedinhouse.com, so I can't give it a glowing review.
Oh, that's
Oh
bad.
my goodness.
Yeah, but it does like technically work, I guess, because it led me to finding out that someone died in the house.
You always worry that you're buying a house that was a crime scene.
That's why they made the site, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
Did you check
but yeah.
out that website scattered on another human in a house.com?
It's not very
You
accurate.
didn't catch that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so inaccurate that it forces you to do your own research. And then,
I don't believe it. It just says maybe diedinhouse.com. Maybe.
I don't know. Do more research.
Yeah.
May have
If
shit
you really care.
on someone in this house.
Yeah. All right. By the way, well, they think that this happened like 4 or 5 years ago because that's when this house was renovated by the previous tenants. So yeah, and yeah,
It could have been the last person pranking the new
it
owners.
certainly could have been the new guy too. But he
So
actually
in
thinks
England,
it's
is everybody renovating their
Singapore.
fucking rental space?
no. This is England. This is England.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
they
we're
were
going
in
to Singapore
Singapore.
In
We're
England,
going
like
to
people
Singapore
are
next.
renovating their fucking apartments, like putting up new walls and shit. Like, what the fuck is that about?
They call them
It was
flats.
enclosing the space
Gonna
underneath of the
renovate my
stairs.
flat.
Yeah, yeah. But the guy said he thought it was hilarious. He'd probably do the same things, Jonathan Lewis guy. Anyway, we were going to reach out to him, but they found him stabbed to death in his house. So
Yeah.
But he's already dead.
He's
And we
already-
don't want
he's already
Emily
dead.
to find
Yeah.
us.
He
He
couldn't
is
handle
long
all
gone.
the you staged this comments.
Yeah, we got him on the Zoom, and it just said Emily.
yeah,
ton of followers too. It's a shame now.
Yeah.
that is sad. Just tons of tiny holes. All right, guys, let's go to Singapore. Speaking of tiny holes, fun fact: my son is half Singaporean, so he too thinks that he's better than me. Anyway, scientists at Nanyang Technological University, or NTU, in Singapore are tackling a big problem. You see, those Singaporeans, they love their durian. You guys know what durian is, right?
Smelly fruit.
Right. There it is.
They eat it for real?
They love it. They love it.
Have you had it, Wes?
I've had it in a smoothie, and it's pretty good. But I haven't really smelled it fresh, which
It's
is
like
what
banned from places.
it is.
It's so
It's,
stinky.
yeah, but not in Singapore. They eat like 12 million of these things a year, and it's like the foulest smelling, one of the foulest smelling things on earth. People compared it to rotting sewage or flesh or old gym socks.
Supposed to be super healthy though.
Yeah, I mean, it's most of it's the husk. There's a picture of it. Like, so inside is the fleshy fruit, but outside is like the spiny, rough, like hard, like worse than a pineapple kind of husk. And they just throw those away, and it's creating this environmental, and pollution and waste. So they were like, oh, what are we going to do with all these fucking husks? And they came up with this thing that they invented a new antibacterial bandage that they're making out of these husks. So it looks like this right there on the left, and it's like I don't know, they create it using some kind of process, but now they don't have to waste all these durian husks, and they can. From the article, it says, compared to conventional bandages, the organo hydrogel bandages are also able to keep the wound areas cooler and moist, which can help accelerate healing. And they say that using waste materials and yeast for the antimicrobial bandages is more cost effective than the production of conventional bandages, whose antimicrobial properties come from more expensive metallic compounds like silver or copper ions. So there you go. They just reinvented the bandage over in Singapore.
Is it not that it will deter you from getting injured because they're going to stick the stinky husk on you if you get a cut?
Yeah,
maybe.
Also, does that gel thing really stick to your skin and cover up the band?
Looks like a fake
the
boob
wound forever.
So here's what they're going to do. Like the conventional bandage, Band-Aid, it's got the little white strip. They're just going to replace that little white strip in the middle.
Okay.
With this.
That makes more sense. I thought you'd literally just put the gel on yourself.
No. It's going to be.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they can use the same technology to use soybeans and other kind of stuff to make bandages too. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It's cool.
Seems
Except
like
for
a
one of the
waste.
ways you can tell something's infected is if it smells.
Well, does this gel stink? I bet the gel doesn't stink.
No, I don't. I mean, otherwise, it'd
it's
be a problem.
It's the stinkiest thing on earth. You think they figured out a way to get the smell out of it?
No.
I think it's the fruit.
I don't think they did.
I think it's the fruit that smells, though, not necessarily the husk.
The stuff touching the husk.
We need to eat some durians because I'm really intrigued by this food.
You can get them at Asian marts. They're daunting.
But I would not know how to prepare them. I need to find a place where you could actually get it.
crack 'em open.
Durian.
Yeah, you crack them open. That's right. Just crack them open.
Never try to prepare a durian.
And then if you cut yourself while cracking it, you can rub it all over your skin.
Yeah, it's like the new aloe. Okay, gonna stay in Singapore. Got the Singapore double today, which is also the name of a sex move where twins from Singapore lick your dick and balls as clean as the streets in Singapore. And there's also the mean
cost?
Yeah, there's also the mean Singapore double where they lick you clean and then they cane you and call you a piece of shit. That's extra. But some people love it. Yeah, the Singapore double.
That's for people in authority.
Yeah, there you go.
They cane you. They cane you like you've spat on the street.
That's right. Yeah. Like you're selling gum or something. Yeah. So I'm just gonna play this news story. It's pretty hilarious. Here we go.
Education center could be fined for a marketing gimmick gone wrong. Multiple police reports have been made after the center's promoter, who dressed as a clown, was seen loitering outside a primary school and approaching students. Michelle Tier reports.
It was this scene that sent parents into a flurry of panic. A man dressed in a clown costume outside Temasek Primary School, promoting services from an education center, and allegedly asked students to follow him. Now, at this exact spot where the promoter was seen approaching children, asking them to follow him, and allegedly even offering them money. Now, it all turned out to be a marketing gimmick, but parents have taken to social media to express their anger, calling it a dangerous act that causes unnecessary panic for the safety of their children. An advisory was also issued from a nearby school, alerting parents that their children were being targeted. One parent CNA spoke to said these promoters have also been cited near other primary schools. Speech Academy Asia, the firm that engaged these promoters, has since apologized and suspended these activities. It says they were part of roadshows organized to generate leads, adding
Just
that
wait till the
staff
end.
did
They're-
not offer
people are
money
so stupid.
nor asked children to follow them.
Going to schools is a very new initiative. It was in fact an innovation. We did a couple of road shows here and there, and then we were thinking out loud, and the team decided, hey, why not let's do it outside the schools? Because since now lesser parents or lesser people are going out to the malls.
Moving forward, Speech Academy Asia says it'll switch up its marketing strategies, either by using a different mascot.
So in the end, they're just going to use a different mascot
You got to get rid of the clown.
to lure kids away.
They're still going to loiter outside of schools.
Yeah. They're
What
still
do
gonna
they?
look.
What do they do?
So I guess
They're
it's
selling
it's
their services.
Yeah, they're selling their
What's the
services.
service?
I think it's like it's a speech program, like whether either to maybe learn English.
Do you want to learn a new language?
Yeah. And then they're just luring.
Follow me.
What does that have to do with the fucking clown?
It's just because kids love clowns. It gets their attention. It's just
Oh.
like, yeah. So they could be fined up to $5,000 under this under the Singapore's harassment policies. You just can't go around like harassing children.
come on.
But,
No harm, no foul.
yeah, they didn't learn the lesson.
They're going to send the giant spider out
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, some kind of costume will be harassing kids in no time.
You want to learn the language?
So that's the Singapore double for you. There you go.
Nice. I'm telling you, the mean double is what the people like in authority positions get because they exert their authority all week, so they need to be treated like shit.
That's right.
There you go. By the way, guys, Jamie Lee Curtis still married to Christopher Guest. 1983 is still going strong. So
Wow.
Of course, yeah.
It's a rock solid relationship.
Mhm. He's also like royalty technically, according to his Wikipedia. So that's pretty good.
It's one guy that probably doesn't wash his hands because they've been touching her boobs.
Doesn't close his eyes.
Doesn't close his eyes much.
There you go.
Never winks, just in case.
Just making sure. All right, guys.
Sitting in the hamper. Just sitting in the hamper waiting for her to take the bra off. No, I'll be in the hamper.
You haven't slept in days, honey. Yeah, I know.
Hey, let's talk about internet security real quick. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been doing a lot of reading, especially since I got into crypto, about the dangers of internet attacks or hackers coming at my stuff. And that's why I've started using a VPN from ExpressVPN, because if someone knows your IP address, then that means that someone can make an attack on you. Beyond that, y'all, every search that you make, every single search, your ISP, your internet service provider, can see it. So not saying you're doing anything weird, but if you're doing something a little weird and you understand that privacy is going to be at a premium in years to come, you might want to start messing with a VPN. You might be saying, well, why don't you use incognito mode? Well, it doesn't hide your activity, okay? It just prevents your search history from being saved in your browser. Your ISP can totally still see it, every single website that you visit.
Yeah, they can.
Beyond that, guys,
They know Wes has been to trading places 16 times today.
Yep.
big trading
just closed the
places
tab.
guy. I think he's doing a DDoS attack on the...
But they don't, because he uses ExpressVPN.
That's right.
yeah.
They would have.
Exactly. Another thing, guys, with VPNs, just so you know, something I used ExpressVPN in the last, 2 times in the last month. One time I had to get new glasses, right? And 1-800-CONTACTS were being like real, like, I don't know. They were being kind of fascist about whether or not my prescription was up to date. They were like, there's one thing you can do if you're in the state of Texas. So I used my VPN to pretend that I was in the state of Texas to take an online eye exam. And the other thing I've done is I've gone through almost all, I'll let you know when I complete, of Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video's pages of VH1's Dad Camp. Because if you look at VH1 Dad Camp in the US, it says it's not available in your country. So what I've been doing is going through ExpressVPN to all different countries and then accessing Amazon Prime to see one of these. I'm through like 100 of 162. So anyway, I seriously recommend
Good luck.
ExpressVPN. What it does is essentially reroutes your internet connection through secure service providers, so your ISP can't see what sites you visit. It also keeps your information secure by encrypting your data. That's super important as well. You might not realize it, but cyber attacks are shooting through the roof, and encrypted data is very, very important. It's available on all your devices and your smart TV. You might think to yourself, well, do I need a VPN? The answer is absolutely yes, especially if you're trading any sort of cryptocurrency or stocks. It's a smart thing to do. Protect yourself online today with the VPN rated #1 by CNET, and visit our exclusive link at expressvpn.com/hardfactor. One word. So that's expressvpn. And that stands for virtual private network.com/hardfactor. And you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. It's super affordable and well worth it. Just get it. Make it one less thing you have to think about. And that's your internet security. expressvpn.com/hardfactor to learn more. So, okay, to the story. We've finally gotten there, y'all. We're at the point in the game of dis and misinformation telephone and comparing people to Hitler and groups of people to Nazis, that any point that people are attempting or were attempting to make related to what they consider to be true acts of patriotism or protections of freedoms has gotten so far away from any semblance of whatever their attempted original point was that I think it's time for everyone to take some plays off, okay? Now, if you're wondering why I'm saying this, and you have a drink near you, water or whatever beverage that you're enjoying this morning, I recommend you take a sip of it before I read this next line from the September 20th edition of the New Bird Graphic, which is a Northern Oregon regional publication. Okay, so take your sip. Here we go. A staff member at Mabel Rush Elementary School in Newberg, Oregon, showed up to work in blackface on Friday, September 17th, calling herself Rosa Parks in protest of vaccine mandates for all school district staff.
Wow.
You were looking for spit takes, right?
That's what I was looking for, spit takes. What the fuck ass backwards misinterpretation of civil rights protests do you think this fucking is, lady? Elementary school teacher.
My favorite thing, and I'm assuming she's a white lady, Pat.
Yeah, I'd say
is
so.
my favorite thing.
It didn't say she showed up in normal face.
Right.
Nope.
Right. But I love it when like middle-aged white women compare themselves to like runaway slaves or like slaves like who are like trying to beat the oppression. It's a major vibe like in middle-aged white ladies today, and it happens a lot. Like there was some recent examples on Twitter as well, like for different issues, but this one, it takes the cake. This is insane.
You're onto something, Will, but she's just parroting a more middle-aged, more white lady with more power, and we're going to get to her at the end of this segment.
She's a mentor.
Yeah, this lady, it says that she teaches special ed, but I think it might have been a typo. You know what I'm saying? Real tiz situation over there. A fellow staff member at the school who provided initial information of the incident said that this woman's name is Lauren Pefferle, a special education assistant who the school district said it would not name due to it being a personal matter, but the other staff member didn't have a problem putting her out there. She said that she darkened her face.
It was Lauren
with iodine.
It's White Lauren.
Yeah. Right. So the concerned staff member who requested anonymity, which I guess is kind of funny because they put the other person out, said Lauren explained that she intended to look like Rosa Parks and have her actions serve as a protest of a mandate requiring school district employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19. And Lauren was soon removed from school grounds and placed on administrative leave.
Plan immediately failed.
She's basically like, I am also a civil rights activist, legendary, therefore.
She's walking around and be like, yeah, what? I'm Rosa Parks. I mean, can't you tell?
Yeah, the first person that asked her what she was doing and got the answer ran straight to the principal.
Yeah.
Like I booked it to the principal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
So a little context here, guys, for why Lauren thought this would be the perfect time to lose her job while being an absolute cunt. See, earlier last week on September 10th, at least one Newburgh high school student, so at the high school, was found to be in a super racist Snapchat group called the Slave Trade that talked about fellow classmates in a fucking disgusting manner, right? There's been some stuff like that going around. These, idiot high school students are being racist as fuck in these Snapchat groups. Turns out a student at the local high school was in it, and that was on the 10th they found that out, and the incident led to the principal sending home a letter to all students and parents. This is on September 14th, saying, quote, "As a community, we continue to grapple with issues of diversity and equality." No shit. Also,
So
earlier
there's just
this
a bunch of kids in a super racist Snapchat group, and
yeah, so essentially the community had to address that. That was national news. This was earlier in the week. This is on like Tuesday of that
It's been
week.
a tough couple weeks at this place.
yeah.
Tuesday of that
goodness.
week, the news comes in because one of their students was talking about trading other students on Snapchat in a really terrible racist way. And then earlier this year and that same week, the school board voted to ban all political symbols in the district, and that includes Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ symbology, because discussion and self-expression should never be a part of education. But
Well, unless you want the swastikas, you can't get the others, right? Is that what they're saying?
I guess
there?
so,
They're
yeah,
like,
because that's
you got it. Unless you want the Confederate flag here, you can't have anything else.
Hook the gay kid up, okay? Just hook the gay kid up. He's having a hard enough time. So is the black kid in Oregon. But yeah, perfect time to show up to your elementary school in blackface. One resident blamed
She took it too far. She went overboard.
Yeah,
She took it not just too far. Where the fuck did you? What did she think she was doing?
It's insane. She thought that this was. She was
This is
like
this is what the
protesting
school
on
needs
behalf.
right now.
Right.
This is what we need.
She thought she was empowering.
I got to do something.
Okay.
Who's her sounding board
Channeling
on that?
Rosa Parks
She was fighting racism with this move.
in her mind.
No. Okay. So one resident blamed the bizarre and misguided quote or protest on a comment that the whitest lady in the state, County Commissioner Mary Starrett, made about vaccine passports being equivalent to Jim Crow last month. So this is her boss speaking.
We don't allow segregation and discrimination based on any other specific aspect of a person. Why would we say based on your medical information, we're going to restrict access and segregate you? These are the Jim Crow laws 2.0.
Okay, so she's using the Biden line, except now about vaccine passports. That's what her boss is
So
doing.
it's like a weird ass game of telephone, and it got down to
Okay.
this lady coming with iodine on her face, saying that she's Rosa Parks. at
That's
elementary school.
ridiculous. These people are morons. What?
Yeah.
She was proud of that.
She thought she
Jim
was
Crow
doing the right
2.0 line.
She
Here?
was.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
but that's just stolen
whitest
from
lady
Joe
of all
Biden.
time.
That he called the Georgia laws that. That's just not even original.
Voting laws.
Well,
Yeah.
Georgia laws at least had something to do with something, kind of.
He did. This was just. Oh man, this lady.
Yeah. This is
lady's.
not the right thing to
So
do.
what? So she's. I mean, is she going to be
with the
allowed back?
blackface.
No, they're not letting her back. She's
Yeah, they're going to
especially
fire her,
kidding.
right? Yeah.
I mean, even
Well, because you said she was on leave. It's like, well, leave.
They do that because it's usually a policy. She's
to
gone.
be fired.
I mean, regardless of what you think, this is a political statement. This is just this is scary to leave your children with someone who bastardizes the making of points this badly. Anyway,
right,
guys, there's more.
Did she think the special ed kids were going to get what she was doing?
No, that's the only good part about the story is the only kids that did see it were the special ed ones. so
Yeah,
they
there's
didn't-
no way
yeah.
they like could put that together because first of all, it's just insane. But like,
Well, yeah, but the whole nation now knows exactly
Right.
what she did. I mean, it's not like the other kids don't know
Just
that
asking for
Lauren was
candy.
running around the hall in blackface.
I wonder if like the civics or history teacher approached her and said, "Can we have a conversation about who you think Rosa Parks is and what you think that she did,
Yeah, I don't know how you
and how that relates to your."
So she's just saying like, I'm not going to get vaccinated. That makes me Rosa Parks. According to my boss, now I'm in blackface.
Yeah, whatever. But that's not the only blackface news of the week, guys. Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, showed up in blackface again.
no, he did not.
He did, but
Yeah.
guys, the photo that was released ahead of the, I guess the recall election or wherever he's doing up there, was the same photo or from the same Arabian Nights themed party where he was
better
wearing a
picture, though.
turban and dark makeup.
Better angle.
From back in 2001.
So much better.
Now, Trudeau apologized in 2019 when images from that same gala emerged shortly before an election, saying the buck stops with me. This photo is essentially the same. It just shows Trudeau having a lot more fun.
Oh yeah,
my God.
I mean it's such a clearer photo.
Look at how happy he is.
He's having a blast.
Oh.
He is having a blast.
He loved that outfit.
Oh,
He's so upset that this is not that this is against the rules.
How did they
Hours
not
to
get this?
execute. Hours to execute and weeks to plan.
All right, so I gotta give it to Trudeau here. Essentially, okay, so Trudeau, keep in mind this was 20 years ago, but still not okay. However, he's highly educated and should know better. But the 20 years ago, I think it's pretty much equivalent. I think he's got the equivalent of the lady Trudeau showing up 20 years ago in brownface is the same as some dumbass elementary school special ed teacher showing up today in Rosa Parks. Very stupid. Very offensive.
She took it over the top with the Rosa Parks. I mean, at least Trudeau's being like a literary character there. I mean, like Rosa Parks is an actual human being, right? That like, like you don't compare yourself like that'd be like one of us like trying to say we're like Martin Luther King.
I've got an idea for an app.
Yeah.
Like it's just so absurd.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for an app. Like it's there should be an app for some people that maybe don't have friends or all their friends are the exact same, belief system type thing where they can ask people if it's a good idea or not.
Call
be
it
like,
sounding
is this
board?
a good idea or not?
Yeah.
But like then you don't get trolled. You can rate the people based on their good advice. So this person's a
Imagine
4.9 out of 5 stars.
down she would have got.
I imagine people, if this app would work, would have told her it was a bad idea.
Or they would have been like, "That's brilliant. Go for
Right,
it."
but those would have been downvoted eventually. Eventually, those people will get caught out as being trolls. on the
Best
app.
idea ever.
If it's bad enough, you rally behind it just to see what happens.
Just to
Yeah,
screw
sounding
over.
board is gonna
Post
get
picture
trolled.
didn't happen.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
my
not a
God.
bad idea. But if you did it like next door where you have to verify their like address with a postcard, I could see it. It's a smart idea. It would take some
It
work.
Is this a good idea? Because this special ed teacher, I think she's got her cat and her glass of white wine, and she thinks this is a great idea. And she didn't ask anyone that could told her otherwise.
Do you think maybe she was doing her makeup like a lot of women do while driving to work and then slipped and got a little bit of like bronzer on her face and then just kept going with it saying, I'm going to take a stand.
Iodine.
Yeah,
Said it was iodine.
You know what? I just rememred it. There was similar takes going on after the Texas abortion laws. That's what was going on. That's when that's when those takes were being unleashed. Yeah, people got to stay away from that. Don't compare yourself to like historical, legendary like fighter of civil rights because you have some type of inconvenience today. Like
It's different.
Just stop it.
It's more
The abortion thing's a pretty big inconvenience, but
Well,
let's
no,
move
just
on.
stop it in general with comparing
move on.
yourself
It's
to
not
like
not the same
heroic
thing.
people in
Different
history. Yeah, okay. Don't do it in general, people.
Guys, if you listened to yesterday's show, you heard about our awesome new sponsor, Lathwaite's. What Lathwaite's does is they ship delicious, that's not a word, delicious, unique wines you won't find at your local stores to you at a really awesome price. So if you want to get the joy of having a box of wine delivered to your house and also be the person in your group of friends with the best, most unique wines, you might want to check them out. Now, Lathwaite's wine subscription is an easy way to bring exciting new wines right to your doorstep. You unbox a world of wine with easy access to different unexpected winemakers from all over the globe. With a Lathwaite's wine subscription, you can say goodbye to boring, overpriced bottles of meh and bonjour to new wines from the hottest emerging wine regions around the world. Like, I don't know, the big luscious flavors of the Red Sedan, a Cabernet and Shiraz blend that'll make you forget everything you know about Australian wine. It's 100% satisfaction. Oh, it was a good one. The Red Sedan.
Every single one. And the
They were.
reds, in fact, the whites blew me away, and then the reds could have been even better.
The Sauvignon Blanc was nice. 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you don't love a wine for any reason, let Lathwaite's know, and you'll receive a refund. Members save on every subscription case they choose to take. Each box includes tasting notes. That's my favorite part. Food pairing tips and serving inspiration. I should have brought one of the tasting notes, but it tells you everything you need to know about the wine, where it's from, all the facts about it, and then you can like decide which ones you like, so that when you order your next box, you know. But also, there's an algorithm that they use, and they know which ones you start to like after a while, and they'll start recommending them for you. Anyways, you can now get a size 6 amazing bottles of wine, plus 2 bonus bottles. That's 8 bottles of wine, and 2 stemless wine glasses for $49.99 plus tax with free delivery. Just text HARD to 64,000 to get this special offer. Text HARD to 64,000. That's HARD to 64,000. Terms apply. Available at lathwaites.com/terms. Yeah, do it.
What a special offer.
It is delicious. A good idea. Have any of you guys been to New Mexico?
Hell yeah.
Have
Yeah.
not.
Through a bunch of times.
So Pat's the only one. Pat's the only one I really enjoyed New Mexico.
I bet I stayed in
driven
Santa
through it.
Fe for a night before.
Okay. That certainly counts. I've always wanted to go. I hear Albuquerque's nice. My dad used to go there all the time for work.
I stayed in Albuquerque one night.
Santa Fe, I heard, is nice. Would like to go there. Maybe to Roswell. Maybe get my alien on. You know.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that's right.
Been there.
Oh,
Lots of Nazi symbolism in Roswell.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so.
Okay. Didn't know
Fun
that.
Aliens.
fact, been there.
Some people
Spotted
believe.
a couple swastikas.
Some people believe that the Nazis were in touch with the aliens.
Well, like
You know that?
swastikas, like spray painted, or like
No, like
swastikas
going
like
into
bolted onto a wall.
Going into an old
for
building.
sale in a gift shop or
Yeah.
No,
You ever heard of the bell?
Vandalism.
You ever heard
Carved
of
into
the
a
bell?
wooden.
Okay.
The
That's not
ship
what
they were building?
It's not what you want to see.
People claim the Nazis were building a UFO based on alien technology.
Interesting.
Called the Bell.
We've talked about Nazis enough on this show, last couple segments, but I hadn't heard much about Portales. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Portales, Portales, New Mexico. But I have a feeling we will be hearing from it soon. In fact, I might start looking into property in the small city in Roosevelt County, New Mexico, with population of just 12,000, according to the 2010 census. And that's because I think the little city of Portales is about to become the big city of Portales. Those guys are doing something over there that is really going to boost productivity. Because while some communities put fluoride in their water to help prevent cavities and tooth decay, Portales says, who cares if you have teeth, especially if you're just going to grind them from all the meth that we put in our water.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Oh,
I thought they were opening up a
methamphetamines in the water.
Jamie Lee Curtis museum or something.
Yeah, that would bring them in, huh?
That would also
bring them in the wax museum.
Yeah.
Come on in.
It's called Don't Hurt Us.
Actually, that would hurt the productivity for sure.
It's just-
Everybody's just in line at the museum all day.
It's just Jamie Lee Curtis, topless, and her husband in a hamper peeking out of it.
Yeah.
A couple eyes in a wax museum.
Imagine if they drank the meth water and then that museum was open. Nobody would be working. They'd all be going to
Nobody.
the museum.
Nobody. But that's right. The geniuses spiked the water supply with a boatload of meth, so much so that it's shooting out of their faucets. A customer at the Super 8 Motel on US 70 in Portales was shocked when a piece of meth shot into his face from the bathroom faucet while he was washing his face after smoking meth in the motel room.
Bonus.
Oh, what's that? Bonus meth? It's coming out of faucets.
They said that the Motel 8 was not a good stay, and I kept telling them, "Oh, it's worth it."
It's like striking oil.
It's the promised land, Portales.
It takes out his tooth.
Yeah. Just his head's under the faucet. Give me a bag. Quick, give me a bag. According to a release from police officers. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Honey, quick, get the sifter.
According to a release from police officers, they determined that, it was methamphetamine that shot out of the faucet. And then after further investigation, police found a larger amount of the substance inside the building's water system was continuing to spread throughout the entire Super 8. So everyone at the Super 8 that weekend got fucking meth injected in their showers and their faucets.
How did the Super 8 only get the meth? Did they put it in there?
Well, it was someone dropped a load in the water supply, and it was going to get to the town. After they discovered they had they had to shut down the entire city's water supply for a while to prevent the spread. And it was at that time that the townsfolk went to sleep for the first time in a week in Port Alice.
What are the odds the most methed out place in Port Alice is where they discover the meth flying out of his faucets?
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty good.
High, right? I mean,
at the Super
do
8,
you think
Port
the
Alice.
Super 8 is the most methed out place in any town, any given town?
Easily, or a
Yeah.
six or an
The
8.
Motel
the
6.
roadway in,
One of the
motel,
below a 10, yeah. Well, they was spun there, and the lights finally went down in Port Alice, as they say. Something tells me more meth will get into the water there. So, if you like to party or want a house built quickly, that's your town. That's the town slogan. Our contractors won't sleep until the job's done.
Wow. And that they're also really sticking up for New Mexico's image after Breaking Bad. Now they have like an actual town where meth is like shooting out of the faucets. That's in line. They're trying to keep the Breaking Bad thing going for New Mexico.
They like their water there. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. Continue to leave us 5-star reviews this week, please, at Apple Podcasts. Steal someone's phone if you got to, because we're getting those reviews up. Leave a voicemail at 512-270-1480. Check out the merch. Whatever else you do, spread the word. Tell a friend. And have a great fucking day.